I remember meeting Quincy Jones in Seattle. I'm not so sure about the exact year, but judging from his age, judging from the period, he must have been about 15, 14, 15, 16 at the most. He was a young teenager, and he was always showing up. Finally, this little kid comes to me, skinny little kid, but nice-looking little kid, and very nice, and said, "Mr. Terry, I'd like to take some trumpet lessons with you. I'm beginning to, I want to learn how to play the trumpet." So I said, "Well, Quincy, it'd be very difficult because you're in school and you go to school all day, and I'm sleeping all day, and I work all night, and you sleep all night. So I said, what period would we find?" He said, "Well, can I come in the morning?" So we settled for morning. Then he came at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had gone to bed about 5:30, but it was fun working with him.
One thing about Quincy was that all of the great musicians were aware of this youngster coming along who was really, we were expecting great things from him, because he was, you immediately, his enthusiasm, the manner in which he applied himself, you knew that he was going to really come up with some interesting things because of what he was already doing with, he was orchestrating things that Dizzy and Charlie Parker and others were playing. Not a lot of guys did that as authentically in those days as he did. And so that immediately got Dizzy's attention. Dizzy was an arranger, he was a composer. And to hear this kid coming along and doing these kinds of things, just go on over here and do that for me, and take some of that weight off. I'll just play the trumpet and let you do that, And he did. And he got, Dizzy Gillespie was a wonderful musician, but he was a terrible orchestra leader. He needed someone like Quincy, who had the discipline and who the guys respected, and who could whip the band into shape and make it sound like a real swinging band, the kind of thing that Dizzy was proud to stand in front of.
I think we had a lot in common. I always felt an enormous kinship with him, and I always was thrilled about being with him, not only because of his own enormous gifts, but because he had literally touched the life of virtually every musician in the last several decades that had touched me and so many other people. I mean, it's been a great joy for me to know Quincy. I'm very grateful to him for taking a little space in his very big, busy life for me.
So after one of his lessons one day, Quincy said to me, "Mr. Terry, I'm learning how to write music too and arrange and compose it. Do you think that your band would try one of my charts?" So I said, "Well, yeah, Q, we can give that a whirl." So you happen to have one? He said, "Yes, I got one right here." I said, "Well, that's great, because this weekend we're going down to San Francisco for a gig." I said, "We'll give it a whirl and see how it sounds." So he said, "Oh, that's great," he said. So we took it down. I passed it out. To make a long story short, we played it. It wasn't very good, but I wouldn't dare discourage him by telling him it was horrible. So when he came back, after we passed it out and played it, the cats laughed at it. They said, "Oh, man, don't laugh." And I made basically aware of who the kid was. Who I said, "Hey, you remember the little kid that's coming on?" "Yeah." I said, "Well, this is his range." Yeah, okay. And he wasn't in favor of it. But anyhow, we took it back. We went back, and first thing he asked before his lesson, "How did they like my chart?" I said, "Well, I'll tell you, Q, you're really on the right track, man. You got some beautiful things going there, and I can tell you're really thinking in the right direction." I said, "But there's a couple of mistakes that you made, and don't be discouraged, because, man, you really got something there, and I feel that someday you're going to be a fantastic writer." He said, "Oh, thank you." Geez, so that, I'm sure, was an incentive for him to continue.
I think he's so many things, so many people: the producer, the composer, the musician, the arranger, the compassionate helper, the listener, great listener, are all true parts of him. None of them are defensive. None of them are fake. He's just not fake.
Once the task has just begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great or small. Do it well or not at all. Always, over and over. Whoa! Gentlemen, pull this finger up here, pull that down, and have fun with it. I love it, have fun with it. It's fun. And to explore, constantly explore.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. In the words Francis used to always tell us, Q, live every day like it's your last, and one day you'll be right.